Hey, this is Rev Halofan. I'm here with John Henry Weitzel, and we are talking sweep. Was that a sweet sweep or what?
Well, I thought we were supposed to be tanking, but I guess we could just win all the games. That worked too.
Yeah, I said on Twitter, no more tanking. Let's get out of the tank and get on the steamroller. And this was a steamroller of thing because I don't know about you. I've been an Angels fan since 1975, and these are some of the worst lineups I've ever seen.
Hey, if we win, it works. But
Yeah. Well, now we don't know the extent. I think the worst thing that happened this week, besides Ty Buttrey, cold, then okay, but the bullpen is still just terrible. Franklin Barreto got injured on a play. We don't know the extent. Looks like he hurt his shoulder. But what was your highlight of the 4-game series against the Astros that we just swept?
I think the highlight of the sweep would have to be the walk-off save situation with Victor Rojas.
Oh, is he never going to live that down? I told Vic on
way
Twitter.
worse things to never live down.
I told him on Twitter. I said, "Hey, you know what? You can blow a call once every 10 years. That's okay." So, it was a great home run by Anthony Rendon. And yes, if we had been the home team in Anaheim, we were in Anaheim, but not the home team. The vagaries of the major league schedule, all because we had to get out of Houston to avoid was it Hurricane Loretta? Was that it?
I think it was Laura.
Laura?
I think it started with an L.
So many women, so little time. Hey, so we had to say, so Rendon hits his home run, but I mean I'm just freaking out over these relievers. We don't have a trustworthy reliever, do we? Is there one?
I actually don't think we have a trustworthy reliever at all. Like we
Maybe
thought Pena was going to be good, and then now he's not doing so well. Buttrey was going to save us, and now he isn't. Robles has been terrible all year.
Ooh, yeah.
Mayers, the last few outings have been.
He blew the throw today on the first. It should have been the first out. Easiest throw to first base. Ooh, he airmailed it. It's like these guys are all nervous up there choking. But let's talk starting pitching. Heaney looked great.
Yeah.
Dylan Bundy. I almost said Al Bundy. Don't say Ted Bundy. But Dylan Bundy saying, tell those relievers to sit down. He carried the game, but then the bullpen blows it. So Barria was not that great today. Canning was, I didn't want to say he was okay. He was not that good. I mean, what are we going to do here?
Well, the obvious answer is to hit more home runs and just pray for more home games because going on the road is going to be scary with this bullpen.
Well, we got the steamroller. We're on the steamroller, and this team is they're finally clicking. And again, we had some dog shit lineups. I mean, there's just no way around it. I mean, the number of batters batting below 200 outweighed the batters who batting over 200. We've got batters who will never bat their weight this season, and just calling up Walsh and Ward, these kind of 4A bubble guys. I can see the logic. Maybe am I crazy saying to agree with the logic of the organization to give Joe Adell this playing time? He seems to be coming around. You agree?
Yeah, this was always going to be a learning curve for Joe Adell. He didn't play AAA many games. He's pretty new for the outfielder in his entire career on all levels. So he was going to get some growing pains, and we knew that eventually, even if things don't work out this year, might as well get the hard stuff out of the way so that next year he could start doing something good.
But they seem to be starting to, correct me if I'm wrong, they're starting, apparently, to work out.
Oh, yeah. So we knew that we were going to hit this eventually. I think that for some people, this was actually faster than expected. But for many, especially because of players like Tatis Jr. and Ronald Acuna Jr. and such, that they were expecting more faster. And that's just not how it is most of the time.
The kid's, he's 21. He's just learning. But then what about, we got Walsh and Ward, and they're older. And this 4A bubble, we can't give them that much playing time, right?
I mean, we shouldn't. The team shouldn't as a whole give like half the lineup to our quick AAA players. But with the injuries and the lack of trying to push Marsh for some reason, I don't know why he's still at Long Beach.
Where's Marsh?
And then Jahmai Jones came up to pinch run for one game, and now he's not here anymore. I don't know what's with that.
Well, I think the thing is, look, if we want to win, I mean, and now I'll get to like all the calculations with the Astros in a minute, but if we want to win, we can't be given playing time, developmental playing time, to anybody but the best, and then that would be Joe Adell. If we had started the season with Marsh with the hopes of like, hey, 60 games, let's get him up to speed, I'd say, okay, stick with the program. But I was on the Marsh bandwagon because I was on Team Tank there for a few days. But now, woo-hoo, no. I'm excited. You have to be excited. Let's get excited, right? That's what it's all about,
Yeah.
29 teams, fans of 29 teams are going to be disappointed with what happens in October. So why can't we at least be excited now? Because, it does break your heart at the end almost all the time. So, but this Team Tank thing, no mas. Let's go, steamroller.
I mean, one of the other good things is that there's a big chance that Manfred is going to screw things up and have we're going to change the draft rules for this year because 2020 is weird anyway, and some teams aren't going to play all the games, and all this other stuff. So there is a chance that it's going to be a lottery, and so if it's going to be a lottery enough for all this, then just start winning games and just cross your fingers.
Win games and pray for ping pong balls. Right?
I mean, the best draft system would be the best non-playoff team gets the first pick, and then you go down from there. And then after how many teams that would be, then the worst playoff team until the World Series champion will get picked 30 out of 30. That way, it will be incentivizing teams to basically do what the Angels been doing the last 5 years.
I look, there is no doubt that Houston tanked on purpose to build their dynasty with an asterisk, okay?
Yeah.
Asterisk dynasty. The Red Sox were masters of the draft. They were brilliant. There used to be they would acquire these middle relievers at the trade deadline and then let them go in free agency because they would get a draft pick. So they had to nix that and say only the superstars do you get a draft pick. It has to be a quality player, not some mid-level replaceable arm, but they played by the rules. Now, the Angels have just been playing to win every year. They have not had a rebuilding year. And so, and even this time, they just traded 3 players, and now we're in it. But we're not missing Jason Castro. We're hardly missing Tommy La Stella. Maybe his bat a little, and his fielding was not anything to write home about. And who else did we give up? It seems like that trade deadline was a year ago. Who?
So the weird thing is that Goodwin leaves, and then Justin Upton is like,
Brian Goodwin.
Wait, I'm a star. I need a hit. And then he starts hitting. So I don't know what's with that.
Yeah. Adele is definitely, the bats woke up. Upton's bat has woke up. I was sorry to see Brian Goodwin go. Sorry, I had a little brain empty there. Hey, so let's look at the what we got to do to get a playoff spot. Maybe it's a pipe dream, who knows? But let's look for just a sec. Houston, there's not going to be a wild card team from the West. There's going to be 2 wild card teams, and there's going to be they could be 2 from the Central. There could be 1 from the East. The East and the Central right now have so many teams. They have Minnesota, Cleveland, Chicago. 2 of those are going to go, and then 1 of those is going to be the wild card. And then next to that, we got the Yankees, the Rays, and Toronto. So 2 of those are going to go, and 1 of those is going to be the wild card. The West's not going to have the wild card. So right now it's Oakland, the Astros. We got to go gung-ho for the Astros. Great news. I don't know if you know this. Did you hear? We have the tiebreaker now.
Yeah, 6-4. We actually won a season series with Astros. The first time ever.
First time ever since they've been in our, no, not the first time. What about when since the first time since 2014, when they were tanking all those years to build the dynasty?
I thought they were struggling even during the tank.
Yeah.
The Angels were faced in 2012. I remember that in 2012, at least, that was like, oh, the new, Astros come in and they're terrible, but they can't seem to win. The Angels can't seem to win against them.
Yeah. Okay.
Really weird.
You may be right. Okay.
It could have been 2014. I can't remember exactly.
I can't stop a broadcast to Google it, but I'll take your word for it. Yeah.
I mean, either way, it's the first time in years that they beat the Astros in a series.
Yeah.
A season series.
If it's not the first time, it's the first time in years. And so when we look at that, all eyes on the Astros, unless for some reason Oakland starts saying, but we don't have the tiebreaker against Oakland.
It's 5-5. It's not bad.
Yeah. Oh, maybe we'd have a playoff. Oh, then they do other things, other calculations. Your record against the West, etc. I don't like our odds then. We got to go after the Astros, and that's the most likely scenario. We're 5 games back right now. Seattle is, I think they're a game ahead, but they still have some makeup games to play. So we have 18 games to make up 5. It's a tall order. You agree?
Oh, this is less than 5% chance of working.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. You've been to Vegas. You played roulette, right? Roulette's a 1 in 37 chance with counting a 0, okay?
It's slightly better than that right now, yes.
Right now, our odds are better than picking a roulette number. I like our odds. Now, we got a great offense. We haven't talked about it. Let's talk about the offense. We got Trout. He broke Salmon's record. We got Rendon. This has been a free agent. Most free agent signings lately, but maybe definitely the best free agent signing since Torrey Hunter for the Angels. You agree?
Yeah, it's been since Hunter since we've actually had a star player be a star player for the Angels after being a star player for someone else.
Yeah, they usually come here to old baseball players don't die; they become angels. I remember hearing that one in the '70s. But now, who else? I mean, I thought, David Fletcher's injured, team tank. But without Fletcher, we've been doing good because Andrelton Simmons is suddenly an offensive force. What's up with that?
Yeah, so apparently Simber found his bat somewhere when he was trying to recover from an ankle injury again. So maybe it's twice hurts gets better or something, because last time this happened, he just fell off a cliff offensively.
Totally. And I thought the same thing was going to happen. He got back, and I think we didn't trade him because I think the other teams who might have been trade partners thought the same thing. Like, last time he came back from an ankle injury, it took him about a month to even get a good hit or two, and we only got a month. So I think that the reason he's an Angel is because people didn't think he was going to be doing this. I was actually I was more disappointed to see Goodwin go than Simmons, but right now things are working out. That's great. Goodwin's happy in Cincinnati. We're happy with Simmons right now. He's been just lighting up this offense, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, poof! Justin Upton, couple home runs. What's going on there?
Well, you see, the thing with a hot pocket is that sure, it's frozen in the center, but on the edges, it's burning hot. So what's happening is that since we're in September, he decided to heat up.
The hot pocket theory.
Yeah.
Hold on tight to that hot pocket. So, well, is there anything you want to cover here? Because, man, the team's looking good right now. We just sweat. How many 4-game? I got to look this up. How many 4-game series have the Angels ever won? I mean, at home or away? I mean, this was fantastic.
You mean this year?
Yeah. No, ever. In franchise history, sweeping a 4-game series is tough.
There was a sweep, I think, either last year or a couple of years ago of a 4-game. I can't remember, but I do remember posting a video with 4 brooms in it. So
we always remember the post. So is there anything you want to big takeaway from this weekend?
Now, something that was somewhat a miss, that was a miss earlier, was that the starting pitching was actually really good for a little stretch there. After we left Houston from the hurricane and until Houston came back, the starters went the entire stretch without allowing 3 earned runs or more, which, given how they are, was impressive. But then the Astros came and they ruined it. But that could happen again, especially since none of the offenses the rest of the way until we face the rest of the Dodgers and Padres.
All right. Well, we're going to Texas, then Colorado, then Arizona, which is great. We finally had the easiest stretch. We had the most difficult schedule in baseball based on the records of the teams we faced from their 2019 records, and it did come to pass. But we've got a stretch of 12 games against Texas, Colorado Rockies in Colorado, Texas in Texas, which is great. Texas now has an air-conditioned stadium, so this is going to be good. Do you know that it's going to snow this week in Denver?
On Tuesday, yep.
It was 91 degrees on Sunday, and it is going to be 27 degrees on Tuesday. So this heat. Do you know that 3 out of the 4 starting times it was over 110 degrees on the warning track before Saturday's first game of the doubleheader was 117 degrees.
I can believe it. I mean, Anaheim does burn in the summer, which is why I really do not like going to day games.
Oh, no, I gave up day games years ago. I've had little skin cancer chunks taken out of me here. And I was when, no amount of sunscreen. Somebody gave me a good friend, or a friend you really want to be a good friend, gave me years ago Diamond Club seats at Dodger Stadium for Dodger Angel Sunday day game. And I was like, shit, I have to go. And I took the person who succeeded me at the old site, Josh Mayhem. I took him as a guest, and we did not get arrested, so that was good. And we sat in the third row, and I wore red pants, all red. Woo! I believe the Angels lost, but we had to go into that Diamond Club, air-conditioned Diamond Club, and watch 3 innings on the TV. It was just an ordinary day. It wasn't one of these 113 degree days or whatever. So what part of SoCal are you in?
I'm in West Carson, the place where Carson didn't want it and LA didn't want it. So
nothing like an unincorporated LA County. Well, I'm actually kind of near you. I'm south of downtown too. It was 109 was the high where I am today. And Anaheim's hotter than that, much hotter than that. So anyway, hey, it's been a blast chatting with you.
Mm-hmm.
Parting thought heading into the road, air-conditioned stadium in Texas. We were hot. We don't want to cool off here now.
The one big issue is that Houston has an easy schedule at the end of the year. So they face Oakland now, but the last games are versus Texas and Seattle, which is just terrible for us.
Yeah.
But if Oakland could just break the spirits, then maybe we have a chance.
Great. I like that. That's the parting thought. John Henry Weitzel. I'm Halofan, crashing the pearly gates. Sweet! Thanks for joining us.